side. I got Strebe. Make that Strebe on the one side, ball in there on the two. We're going to make way down the second straightaway. It is going to be Strebe and ball. Ball moving on up to the one side. It's going to be ball all over the top side of this one. Go pro and looking fast. That's going to be ball. Your factory power light colors. Or make that deluxe, factory deluxe, in and out of the last corner. It's going to be Mr. Jeremy Ball. He's been a higher flyer for a very long time. That's going to be Ball at point. I got Strebe in there on the two spot. I got Ball bringing down the one, and I'm going to go with... If you do a trick, I'll put a star beside your name. We're going to work down the first straightaway, going upstairs. It looks like that's going to be Ball and Ellis. Ellis on the outside, Ball on the inside. We're still styling profile. We're going to come in and out of corner number one. It looks like Ellis going to move on up onto the one side of this, but he's got Ball up in his business. We're going to come... Oh, Ball doing the one-legged kickstand down the second straightaway. We're going to head down to the third. It's Ellis on the one. It's Ball on the two. I got Wayne in there. Wayne Hill on the three spot. It looks like, man, he gets a star beside his name. He's throwing down the one-handers. I'm going to go with Ellis taking down the one side of this one. It's going to go Ellis. Ball looking over his shoulder. Here we go. Working down straight number one. I got Barnes on the inside. I got Bowers. Bowers, stay at Barnes. Barnes, Bowers. Here we go into corner number one. It's going to be Barnes all over the one side of this. We're going to come in and out of the first corner. It looks like it's Barnes and Bowers. I got Barnes at point. I got Bowers in tow. We're going to take two of these guys into the main event right here, right now. Into corner number two. It's going to be Barnes. Barnes all over the one side of this one. He's got company. I'm going to go Barnes, Bowers. It's going to go Wagner, Medlin, Kleinfelter, and Bowers. Going to round it out. We're going to come in and out of the last corner. It's still going to be Barnes all over the one side of this one. I got Bowers in the other two. Barnes, Bowers, Wagner, Medlin, Kleinfelter, Bowers. Here we go to the finish line. It's going to be Barnes going to take home the W. Snap, gaggle, pop. We're working down straight number one. It's going to be Inley on the outside. I've got Blair in the middle, and it's going to be Wallace rounding out the top three. We're going to make way into corner number one. It looks like John Inley on a mission. We're going to turn and burn in and out of corner one. I got Blair all up in his business. We're going to head down the second straightaway. I got Blair. Make that Inley on the one. I got Blair on the two. Wallace going to round out the top three as we're going to make way into corner number two. Oh my goodness, we're going to get in and out of corner number two. Looks like Blair moving on up onto the one. It's going to be a T.O. Rocking back into the two spot as we're going to come down into the last corner. It's going to be Blair moving on to the one side. Inley in there on the two. I got Wallace rounding out the top three as we're going to make way in and out of the last corner. It's going to go like this. It's going to go Blair, Inley, man, I turn around, Inley kicks it into a new gear. Inley going to hang on to the one, Blair going to settle in on the two. May getting in on the two, Sanders going to settle for the three. It's going to go Schellenberger and May. Moto number 7 making way down the first straightaway. Oh my goodness, I got Goodman with the whole shot. This cat's on a mission. It's going to be Goodman at point. I've got... Looks like Schwartz in there on the two spot. Hope going to round out the top three. We're going to make way into the second corner. It's still going to be Ryder Goodman on the one side of this one. He's got the power, he's got the pull in and out of the second corner. I'm going to go with the 188 ride, hanging on to the one side of this one. But I've got Ethan Schwartz working it on the two spot. I'm going to go with Hope in there on the three. We're going to come in and out of the last corner. Looks like we got a battle for that number one spot. In and out of the last corner we go. Schwartz moving on up onto the one side of this one. I've got Goodman in there on a two spot. We're going to take both of these guys into the main event. If they can keep the shiny side up and the other side down, it's going to go Schwartz on the one. It's going to be Goodman on the two. Corner number one, the long hair flying in the air. Miss Kendall G has been on a mission. She's had about, 10 straight laps leading the pack. We're going to come into the last corner. Next to the last corner, it's still going to be Kendall Gibson rocking it out on the top side right now. And she's playing herself a win. That's going to be Gibson at point in there on a two spot. It's going to be a 944 right. That's going to be Hornstein. I'm going to go with Gibson, Hornstein, and Gibson rounding out the top three. We're going to head and out of the last corner. Still got that long hair blowing in the wind. We're going to come down to the finish line. That's going to be Kendall G rocking the one side. We're going to go coast to coast on moto number 9. Your 12-year-old Nobbies. That's going to be Gibson at point. I got the 944 ride. That's going to be Brad Hornstein in there on the 45 ride. Off and running. I got moto number 10 getting it down straight number 1. It looks like it's going to be jumping Jacob Green leading the pack right now. But he's got Ryan Hope all up in his business. I'm going to go with Tyler Monosmith rounding out the top three. We're going to make way down. Oh my goodness, hang on for 6 seconds. Oh, both pedals both feet off the pedals. I can't even talk. We're going to come in and out of quarter number 2, the 103 ride. Going to move on up onto the one side of this one. That's going to be Ryan Hope. Ryan Hope on the 1. Green in there on the 2 spot. I got Monosmith in there on the 3. We're going to come in and out of the last corner. Looks like it's going to be Ryan Hope staying away from the near carnage, headed down the last straightaway. It looks like that's going to go. Hope on the 1. I got green trying to hang on to that number 2 spot. Moto number 11, locked and loaded. We're going to get going down the hill. This is going to be taking 2 of these cats to the main event. It looks like I've got Schaefer on the 1. It's going to be Schaefer on the 1 side of this one as we're going to make way in and out of corner number 1. Headed down the straight, I got Sanders, Wallace, and Schaefer. It's Schaefer at point as I speak. It's going to be Schaefer on the 1 side of this one. I got the 372 right. That belongs to Sanders in there on the 2. The 817 of Wallace will round out the top 3 as we're going to make way in and out of the last corner. It looks like Schaefer wanting to make the main event as we're going to push it in and out of the last corner. I'm going to go with Schaefer at point. I got Wallace in there. Make that Sanders on the 2. Schaefer and Wallace. Off and run coming out of the middle of the pack. I'm going to go with Sterling with the whole shot. Sterling, Shippen, and Blair. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to come into corner number 1. It's still going to be Sterling on the 1 side of this one. But he's got Isabella Shippen in there on the 2 spot. I'm going to go with Heath Blair rounding out the top 3s. We're going to make way down the second straightaway. I still got the 6 right all over the top side of this one as he is going upstairs. Jason Sterling's got style for miles as we're going to come in and out of corner number 2. It's still going to be Sterling all over to 1 side of this one. I got Shippen in there on the 2 spot. Looks like Blair in there on the 3. We're going to come into the last corner. It's still going to be Sterling leading the pack right now. What a perfect afternoon this young man is having. I can't talk. What's going on down the last straightaway? That's going to be the 6 ride, Mr. Jason Sterling. He's going to walk this one in on the 1. I got Martin, Miller, and Stoller getting ready to rock and roll second round. Headed down the big hill. We're going to make way down the first straightaway. It's going to be Martin on the 1, but Miller moving on up onto the 1 side of this one. Martin dropping back into 2. Stoller in there on the 3. In and out of corner number 1. I still got Miller rocking the top side. Martin in there on the 2. Stoller going to round out the top 3. We're going to make way down the second straightaway. I still got Max Miller on a mission. Headed into corner number 2. It's going to go Miller at point. Martin in there on the 2. Stoller rolling on the 3. Headed down the third straightaway. It looks like Miller trying to make this one a perfect afternoon. I got Miller trying to stretch out the lead. We're going to come in and out of the last corner. I'm going to go Miller at point. I got Martin, Stoller, top 3. We're going to head down to the finish line. I'm going to go with Miller on the 1, Martin on the 2, Stoller. On the 2 spot, Mr. Wesley Miller. Rounding out the 3 is going to be Jordan Berkshire. 1, 2. Off and running. I'm going to go with Pacheco, Man, and Sterling. Oh my goodness, we are 3 wide, headed down straight number 1.
Good.
Man, moving on up onto the 1 side, but not for long. That's going to be Sterling. Sterling catching the turbo. We're going to come down the second straightaway. It looks like it's going to be the 4 right all over the top side. I got Joshua Sterling rocking the top right now, but he's got Elijah Mann all up in his business.
It's exercise, it's outside, and it gives me something to do.
The top 3 is we're going to make way down this third straightaway, headed into the corner. The last corner, that is going to be Sterling. Sterling on a mission. I got Summit City Bikes colors flying high in the second place. We're going to come down the last straightaway. I'm going to go with Sterling at point. I got Man in tow. And out, Pacheco rounding out the top 3. Moto number 17 off and running. Oh, I got Ellis going upstairs. Everybody else staying on the load line. We're going to come into corner number 1. That looks like that is going to be Ellis all over the 1. I got Gilio in there on the 2 spot. Looks like the King rolling on the 3. We're going to head into the second corner. I still got Ellis on a mission right now. So he's got that 31 bike going to the front of the pack. The 57 ride rolling in on the 2 spot. And the 78 ride. One of your newest experts in the country on the 3. In and out of the last corner we go. I'm going to go with Trevor Ellis from Columbia City. Locked and loaded. Headed down to the finish line. It's going to go Ellis at point. I got Billy Gilliard. Motor number 18 off and running. Oh my goodness, off down the hill. It's going to be Coleman out like a shot. Man, I look down, they switch it up again. We're going to come down.
Oh, yeah, triple
I got Coleman.
Yeah, he was
away, headed down to the
looking
finish
good,
line.
too.
It's going to be Coleman. Coleman's going to hang on to the one side of this one. We're going to make way down to the finish line. Looks like the 43 ride moving on up onto the 2. Here we go. Streety with a whole shot out of that. I've got Hill in there on the 2 spot. Looks like Goodwin, man, and King in the mix right now. We're going to come into corner number 1. It's going to be Streety and Hill. Streety at point, Hill in tow. Looks like Goodwin and man rounding out the top 4s. We're going to make way down to second straightaway. I got Streety at the point right now, styling and profiling. That's going to be Streety, Hill, Goodwin, man, King, Miller. We're going to come down to third straightaway. It looks like we got a parade lap going on. Is somebody going to pass somebody? We're going to come in that last corner. It's going to be Streety. Look at the top side right now. I got Streety and Hill. Streety at point, Hill in there on a 2 spot. I'm going to go with Goodwin and man trying to do it all on one wheel. It's going to go Hill, Streety, Goodwin. We're going to take 4, make that 3 of you guys into the main event, making way down first straightaway. That looks like that's going to be Medlin all over to one side of this one. I got Wagner in there on 2 spot, Kleinfelder, and Bowers rounding out the top 4. We're going to head in and out of the second corner. Looks like it's going to be the 14 ride all over to one side of this one. I got in there on a 2 spot. Looks like that is going to be the 85 ride, shopping for more. I got Kleinfelter and Bowers rounding out the top 4s. We're going to make way in and out of the last corner. Looks like it's going to be Medlin, Wagner, and Kleinfelter. I'm going to go with Bowers hanging out on the 4 spot, headed down the last straightaway. It is going to roll like this. It's going to go Medlin hanging out on the one side. We're going to take Medlin to the stripe. It's going to be Kleinfelter. He's going to get his rhythm roll in there on a 2 spot.
Can you guys hear everything at all? Yeah, you can?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm Cooper's dad.
Super Coop's dad.
Super Coop's dad. That's even better. He won today. All right. Woo! Rock and roll. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, no. In the middle of the night, well, the driving might get rough. Lord, I'm never giving up. No way. Driving might get rough. Lord, I'm never giving up. Oh, no. I don't feel like going anywhere tonight. I'd rather just stay here and enjoy this space. There's a lot of nights I can't remember. There's a lot of days I'll never replace. Oh no. Who's that knocking on my door? Well, you better check to see. Might be the Lord. If you're holding on to just one chord, hoping the girl across the way comes true. What you gonna do? So you give that girl a smile and you order up a drink, and the heavy-handed bartender, he's gotta laugh at you. Who's that sleeping in the drunkard's bed? Well, the devil never really leaves your head. Who's that knocking on my door? I always got a lot of room in my life for the Lord. Can I get a hallelujah, baby? Oh, hallelujah. Now the dog, she keeps me happy. A true friend I could not find. Somehow I get her running up ahead. She'll be coming from behind, I know. Yeah, the dog, she keeps me happy. And I am so glad today. She's the one great thing you left me when you went away. Yeah, the dog, she keeps me happy. And I am so glad today. She's the one great thing you left me. I will always say. Sorry, Rusty, that's been a while.